started off slow again. I don't know what it is about that, but proud of the effort we gave to get back in it, even it up pretty quick, and the energy, the urgency. We still got to get that for 40 minutes. Got to put that together. Thought our bench gave us a big lift. I thought first half, Jada Boyd, especially getting to the rim, was a big factor. Then Diamond Johnson again, giving us some instant scoring when she came in. Very fortunate to have some people that can come in and do that for us and give us a little lift and momentum. But defensive effort was really pretty good most of the night. The rebounding area, we still, Georgia Tech's big, long, they play hard. I knew they weren't going to quit. We let them make a little run there at the end. So they're very well coached and play really hard. So from that standpoint, it's a great win, and glad to get it and move on to the next one.
Go ahead with questions.
Wes, what do you think made that third quarter such a good one for you guys?
Yeah, I don't know. We got Elisa, got her involved a little bit. She had struggled the first half, and so we're able to, right out of the chute, I think the first possession, we were able to get her the ball in there, and she was able to score. So that's always good. If we're scoring inside, that takes a lot of pressure off our perimeter players. And, defensively, again, thought we did a pretty good job. I think we did a better job on the horn stuff in the second half. First half, we were trying to do some switching up there, and we weren't doing it correctly. We were ending up with our point guard on their post on the block. And so at halftime, we were actually able to show them a couple of clips from the first half and how we needed to get that adjusted. And I thought we did a pretty good job in the third quarter against that. So that helped us. But I don't know. Again, we knocked down some shots. That always helps. And, again, I thought we did a pretty good job on the pick on the ball stuff. And then when they helped finding the open person, I know that was a big shot Kai Crutchfield hit maybe at the end of the third quarter. And it was a good job of finding her over there too. So, again, played pretty good for about 35 minutes. And then we let it down a little bit there at the end, but overall, good night.
You talked about your defense. Everybody knows you guys can score in bunches, but the coach from Georgia Tech said you guys were tougher than they were, and you guys punched him in the mouth. When you hear those analogies for your team this time of year, is that what you want to hear about your personality?
Well, I think Georgia Tech's maybe one of the toughest teams in the country. This team, again, they beat UConn, they beat Georgia at Georgia. They got a good team, and the thing that impresses me is their toughness and their physicality. And so that was kind of what I kept drilling to our team. We got to go to Boston College Thursday, and they're the same way. They're physical, they play hard. And so that was what I told our team. This is going to be our let's get physical week. And so I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job of handling that. But I'm sure we see the film, there's going to be some times where we maybe didn't quite. They do a great job getting the ball inside themselves, and they're big in there. So we struggled with that at times.
Wes, in the last 4 games, Diamond shot below 30% in every single one of those. What was it about her tonight? Shot 4 for 4 to start the game, and how good was that for this team to have her offense?
Really good. And we talked a couple of days ago. We sat down and talked, and I told her really, I went back and watched all of her shots at Notre Dame, and there was a bunch of them. And I explained to her we got to make sure we're getting inside out touches and things like that. But I told her I watched, watched every one of those shots, and a lot of them were just short. If you'll just get it there, the aim is good. You just got to make sure you get it there and give it a chance. And so I thought for the most part she did a good job of that tonight. It's got to be tough on her to come in. We got all our starters back from a year ago, and she's a great player, one of the top players in the country, and she's accepted a role of coming in unbelievably well. Most people wouldn't do that. So she's going to be fine, and we're going to need her. And obviously tonight, her and Jada Boyd gave us the lift off the bench that carried us, I thought.
How much of that is her knowing the bigger goal here? Not just I need to be a starter, but I can help this team in a way that we can get to the ultimate goal of trying to get
Well, and again, that's what we got to keep reminding everybody. They all want to play. They all want to play all the time. You know, it doesn't matter. I take, you know, if we got, and tonight I probably, you know, probably should have waited to sub another minute or so. You know, I don't know. It's a fine line you walk. You want to get people out there and get them a game experience, but I'm not into giving a game back. You know, if we've got a lead and we've earned it, the team's earned it. I'm not into giving that game back. So. You know, like I said, you want to get everybody involved, but I'll take somebody out. We got a 20-something point lead. I take somebody out with 4 minutes, and they're not happy. You know, they just say, I want to play, and I guess that's good. You'd rather have that attitude than you know, them just accepting it and sitting down. So, you know, it's fun managing a team. You know, so we're still work in progress. But again, we got great kids, and that makes it a whole lot easier.
Coach, have you had a player in your past, I'm sorry, that had unique abilities like Diamond has, to change games, do different things in a small package, but can do big things, who has taken the role like you just talked about?
Right.
Sitting back and coming off the bench to do that. Have you had experience with that before?
No, probably not to that extent. I mean, she's a great player, and but you know, Jada Boyd. I mean, Jada Boyd. You can make the argument. Last year, she could have started. I mean, she was 6th player of the year in the ACC. So anytime you have that person, you can make the argument that they should be starting, no doubt. But you know, you can only start 5. You know, I heard a high school coach sent the whole team out there one night, and the ref said, "Coach, need 5. Oh, that's my team. I need 5. That's my team." Ref said, okay, teed him up. He turned to all the parents and said, see, I can only start 5. Okay, I can only start 5. So, you know, when you get your chance, make the most of it.
Yeah, Wes, I wanted to ask you about the defensive urgency. We've heard you talk about that a few times, and other than the very end of the game, from the second and third quarters, I think at one point they made 5 of 29 shots.
Wow.
And they were turning it over, you know, I think 6 turnovers and 4 missed shots before they finally scored in the third quarter.
Right.
In that middle stretch, as you guys stretched it out, did you like the intensity of how you guys were getting after them defensively and making them take shots, even contested? You know, Kayla going inside and then close out the fourth snare ball on the perimeter.
Right. Yeah, definitely. You know, and that's what I'm saying. We got so many offensive weapons. If we can really buy in, you know, Georgia Tech leads the country in scoring defense. If we can buy into playing like that on the defensive end and rebounding, you know, there were still times I looked up. They are so long. They got so much size out there. And there's times I looked up and we were in front of our man, but I could see air. Okay, we got to go meet them and we got to box them out. We gave up a free throw offensive rebound at the end. I can't handle that. Okay, you got 2 players that can box out 1. We ought to be able to get that done. So, but again, I need to lighten up sometimes too, and let them enjoy it, and then go back to work and try to fix it. So I just have expectations are so high. You know, we want to get here, and we're maybe here. You know. We still got things, you know, coming out of a timeout. You know, like, okay, this is what we're going to do. They're chasing. We're going to get a handoff. And then what do? We hit the girl curling instead of going and getting a handoff and letting her get downhill. So we got to do a better job in those situations, okay? I mean, you got to pay attention in timeouts and know what's going on and get out there and execute it. So I'm never going to be completely happy. But, yeah, for 3 quarters tonight, pretty good.
Wes, you guys only attempted 10 threes tonight. I think that's the lowest you've had in a game this season. Was that y'all adjusting to how they were defending you?
I don't know. I mean, again, Georgia Tech's really good on the defensive end. You'd like to maybe get some shots in transition before they get set. But I also know we scored a lot of points in the paint, so I kind of like those points too. So you'd like to work inside out and try to make that happen. I just felt like, you know, we needed to make sure we're still trying to get a piece of the paint and make things happen in there. And so I thought we did a pretty good job of that. But, hey, that's very rare. Usually I'm looking at that stat sheet and we've taken 33. So, you know, I'll probably take that tonight.
Anything else for Coach Moore?
Coach, how special was the Play for K ceremony tonight, especially with what you guys did for the Georgia Tech associate head coach?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, again, I was fortunate 93 to 95 to be here with KL as an assistant coach. And, you know, she battled cancer for about 20 years off and on. Pretty amazing, you know, just her perseverance and her attitude. It's special everywhere. I've been coaching a long time. I've played in a lot of these Play for K games. It's special wherever you go and you stop and think and reflect. But you know what? It's a whole nother level here. You're looking on KL's court. You're looking at her, you know, banner up in the rafters. Heck, you look across there and you see Jim Valvano Arena. You know, so the two biggest advocates for fighting cancer are from NC State. Okay, you think of the millions and billions of dollars they've raised for research, for, you know, helping people through the tough time like this and battle this stuff. So it's, you know, it's a whole nother level here when you put on the pink and come in Reynolds Coliseum. And, you know, speaking of that, our fans were unbelievable. I knew the weather was bad. It's on ESPN2 or whatever, but they're still there and they give us such a lift. They had to call 2 timeouts in the first half. I attribute a lot of that to our fans. You know, they get the momentum going, they get this place rocking. And so we owe a lot to our fans and the way they've supported us as well.
All right, thanks, Coach Moore.
All right, thank y'all.